Are you looking to get the biggest bang for your buck? Do you want to make your time count? Do you want your marketing to explode with the least amount of effort and money possible? Look, the reality is interviewing people with microphones like this or other options is the fastest way to jumpstart your social media marketing. So today, I'm bringing you the top audio options, and I'm going to walk you through what you need to consider so that you can select the best option for your needs. Good news is 80% of videos on Facebook are watched without sound. So even if you don't have the right audio and you're in a loud environment, still go live and go live often. But if you are interviewing people, which is the #1 hack to be able to jumpstart your social media marketing campaign and break through your fear video, if you're interviewing, you need to have good audio. You also can repurpose it. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you what your options are. All right, so first of all, let me just kick this off by saying you do not have to spend a ton. You absolutely do not have to spend a ton. Now, you'll see in this video today that there's options ranging from basic headphones, right? All the way into more advanced options like the iRig. Now, what does that mean and why should you use it? First, let me say, I have something special planned for you this Thursday. This Thursday on my live strategy seminar on YouTube, I'm teaching you exactly what to harness the power of interviewing. Once you're able to interview somebody, you get in front of their audience. You're able to break through your fear of being alone, and you're able to integrate comments and ask them questions. Position yourself as the expert, demonstrate your expertise. But I'll get into all that this Thursday and so much more, including the power of active listening. But in honor of this Thursday's broadcast, today is all about the best audio options for your Facebook Live. Now again, I talk about Facebook Live because that's the one that everybody knows. But I want you to know that these options also apply to Twitter Live, or if you're going to go on Insta Live or YouTube Live, you gotta have good audio. So again, not everybody is going to watch your video with sound. But if they are, you want to deliver amazing content. And if you're repurposing it to YouTube, which I encourage, or putting out in your email marketing to repurpose to them, which I encourage, you absolutely need to have your audio on point. So if you're watching this in replay, I want to say a very special thank you. And if you're watching it live, go ahead and comment below so I can give you your shout out. So who knows who I am? Do I know who I am? Yes, I do. I'm Crystal Lindsay with 333 Social Media, and I'm committed to going live and helping you get the top tips, apps, and software that's going to allow you to generate leads using live video. I'm a social media strategist, entrepreneur, and college professor, and I want to get you these tips that matter for your business. Now, you have kind of 7 options with a bonus thing that you can choose from. I'm going to run through and kind of demonstrate your 7 options, and then I'm going to allow you to be able to see which ones are best for you. We'll go ahead and talk about how to select the best audio option. I've got 5 questions to go ahead and allow you to think critically and make the right choice. Because can I give you a secret? Can I tell you something important? Are you listening? Listen, I've got good news. The good news is if you go and you spend several $100s on a studio mic, you are going to waste your money. If you spend $700 on a wireless mic, you're wasting your money. Okay, I'm still in my thunder. I'm getting into my 7. But look, I want you to know right up front, the cost-effective options are actually, in this case, not just the best option because they're cost-effective. They're the best option because they don't give you feedback and there's no white noise in the background. So if you're ready for clear audio, get ready because we're kicking it off. First one up, iRig. You like this? Huh? You like it? This is my little iRig dance. We call it the iRig dance. Okay, no we don't. You just want to know about the audio. You don't want to see the iRig dance. Look, I'm going to give it to you simple. This right here is important as duct tape for my social media firm. I have been using the iRig mic for years, and it allows you to have a couple of things. One, it's a cool prop, huh? How many times have you seen me start off the video and go, I'm Crystal Lindsay, and I want to know, have you gone live? Huh? So you can use it and point it into the screen as a prop. Okay, Captain Obvious, basic option here. But what it really does is allow you to be able to interview people in a way, in a group format that is second to none. Now, half of you are going to stop listening. Stick with me, I've got other options for you, okay? But the number one I'm going to recommend is for iOS only. So that's Mac. Android users, I'm sorry, okay? So what this is a handheld mic, and it plugs right into your cell phone, so you are still tethered. But let me tell you how powerful this was. I actually used this to interview 7 people in a concert-like environment. It was a WeWork event. Music and lights, it was so loud. You almost felt like you had to yell just to get heard. But I had to tell people, do not talk like that on the mic. So even if you can't hear yourself, they can still hear you. The other benefit of the mic is you don't have to point like this. You don't have to talk into it and move it with you as you're going around. That's not the name of the game. You can hold it right here, and I can actually interview somebody like this, and my intern Jacob's here, and if he said something, it would capture him as well, and he's about 3 to 4 feet away. So again, this is great in a group environment. In that WeWork environment, when I did the interview, they were all lined up, all 7 of them. The one at the end cracked a joke, and it caught it on the mic. But it was silent in the background. It was eerie how quiet it was on video, because in person it was loud. It was louder than any Metallica concert or whatever type of concert you can imagine. It was so loud. So again, kills the background noise and captures all of your subjects. So multiple people on camera, this is a great option. It's about $120, and this is the HD mic, that is the option 1, and the one we're using today in fact is the HD2 mic, and this is the one that is tagged to my website. So just go to 333socialmedia.com and click on products, and it will take you right there. So we'll drop the link down in the comments as well. So that's option 1. So iRig users, or excuse me, Apple users, iRig is your best friend. If you have multiple people on camera, or if it's just you, or if you're in a loud environment, or you want a prop, you could even put the little lanyard around it, the square box that has your logo on it. So it's a really, really cool option, regardless of your use. So I list that first. Now, second to that is if you have multiple people on camera, you can actually use a dual lapel mic. So what does that mean, a dual lapel mic? How many people have already used a lapel mic like this that you simply clip onto your shirt? Anybody? Are you listening? This is my serious face, my serious voice. I need to know, have you done this? Comment below and let me know if you are comfortable with a basic lav mic, lavalier mic, L-A-V as in Victor. You clip it on, and then it has a cord, and it plugs right into your phone. Now, you will notice a couple of things here, all right? If you have a lav mic already, right, maybe it's a single, which is your next option, right? So option number 3 is a single lapel mic. This, again, clips onto your shirt. You have it on camera, and it plugs right into your phone. Now, you'll notice 2 differences here. You will see one has 3 lines and one has 2 lines. That is when the TR to TRRS adapter comes into play. This thing's just a couple bucks, okay? So this one with the 4 prongs is designed to go right into your cell phone. However, this one with the 2 prongs does not go directly into your cell phone. You can't plug it in. So you would have to have something like this that you then put on the end and put it into your cell phone. So if you already have a lav mic for some type of DSLR camera or a camera recorder of sorts, you just need to buy this and it will work on your cell phone. Again, very inexpensive option here. If you're also using these lapel mics like this, for example, I'm going to encourage you to get these Rode extension cables. Wait a minute, you said we're talking about audio and you're talking about extension cable? Yes, because if you are tethered to your phone, even the iRig, one of its downfalls is it only has a 2 to 3 feet window where you can, maybe it's like 3 to 4. You could be about this far away from your phone. But if you want to, for example, when I shot my commercial and I actually was down at the kissing statue in San Diego by the USS Midway, and I wanted to walk up on the camera for a dramatic effect, but have crystal clear audio outdoors in a windy environment, I used a lapel mic that was pinned to me like this. And then I took this piece and went ahead and put it into the actual extender cables. Now these are 20 feet. I also have them listed on my website. They're about 20 bucks. Just gets plugged in right there. And now you have over 20 feet to be able to have move around. So it untethers you from your camera, okay? So that's really important if you wanna pop and prop, or you have multiple people on camera, or you're doing something really cool. Either way, spend the 20 bucks and give yourself options, okay? The TRRS adapter would work with this as well. So you can see this has the 3 lines, so it is designed for your cell phone. So you would actually put this into this side and then grab the one that has the 2 lines and put it into that one. That is how you would get the non-cell phone mic to work with your extender cables. Is this making sense? This is my questioning face. You don't want to see my serious face. This is gonna get serious. Okay, all right, so you want some serious stuff. You're sitting here saying, look, I just want to interview people. You're telling me that's the biggest hack. I just need to know the basic audio. Well, today I interviewed somebody using the Be Live software. Special shout out to Katrina. She rocked it. Now, we both had basic earbuds on, and that's because I broadcasted from my laptop. You can see that most of my actual Apple headphones have the basic iPhone 7 adapter here. Why, Apple? Why would you do this to me and make me carry 2 sets of headphones? Okay, so these clearly are not plugging into my computer, but this, my friends, will work. And it does, of course, have the lapel mic built in. So you want to use some type of earbuds that have a mic built in, and you could even do it with like a mono, right, like this, with one in your ear, and kind of look cool, and then have it like this where it's kind of dangling, and it would be your mono mic, so to speak, if you don't want to wear both headphones for the broadcast. Okay, so that's option number 4. Option number 5 is going to be your studio mic. Your studio mic is the one that sits like this and it has a big screen. You see like the big YouTubers who have that when they first log in. It always looks really impressive and cool. And you think, wow, I wish I had that. Then I'd be a real YouTuber. Okay, let me tell you the truth here. These mics you can get as cheap as about 50 bucks. But let me tell you, I don't even have one to show you because I don't use one, because there's background mic. You need to have an audio box that you plug it in, and then you do formatting and you remove the background noise. And then yes, you have great audio. But what I'm coaching you on is how to take your phone, turn it sideways, and for pennies, start generating leads using live video. We don't got time for that editing stuff. Look, you want editing? You go buy that mic. I'm telling you, you don't need the expensive stuff. And that's your studio mic. The next option you have here would be your Osmo. Now, I have a full carrying case for my Osmo. You'll see here, so it's a hard case to protect it. These were at about $300, and it actually is a gimbaled selfie stick, and you can now get it for about $179. So what it is a gimbaled selfie stick where when you're using it, you walk around and you could be outside, you can cross the street, and it is amazing. No Blair Witch Project, huh? You're trying to hold it, and it's like, please just stabilize. Your arm starts going to sleep, and the sweat starts dripping down your ears because you're trying to stabilize it. Anybody been there, or is it just me? All right, maybe it's just me. But the idea is you have a gimbaled selfie stick, so as you walk, it absorbs that motion because it's gimbaled, meaning it moves with you. And the other benefit here is the audio is built in. Now, I did some shots downtown, walking around the incredible pier of the USS Midway, and let me tell you, it was windy, and I was afraid the footage was going to be crap. It worked out perfectly. So I don't know what kind of audio they have built in. I know that they do take 9 photos at any given second or millisecond, and they integrate it into your footage. So it's a panoramic effect, and it has excellent audio. So in this case, you actually, where you put the base of your phone, it would go sideways here, is blocked by this. So you can't put the traditional lapel mic I'm talking about into your headphone jack. So again, your first thought is it's not going to work, I can't do audio. But again, this absolutely works. You can interview someone and walk with them outside. How cool is that? Especially if you're in the beautiful downtown San Diego, and just walk with it and let the audio that's built in capture it. Last but not least, I've got one more that I'm not recommending. Why am I recommending what I'm not recommending? Because somebody out there is going to say, but you didn't mention this, and it's important to me. Okay, so if it's important to you for your wireless folks, let me drop it for you. First of all, you cannot use a wireless mic with Facebook currently. I had a coaching client that went and bought hundreds of dollars on the behind the ear, and it had the box on his hip that connected with the phone. It does not work. There's feedback. So as his coach, I did extensive research to try to find out how to get the feedback to go away. And the best option I told him was to go buy an iRig. Okay, so in that case, he was an Android user, so I told him to use a lapel mic, and his audio came out crystal clear. All puns intended. So that's your 7. Let's run down them real quick here. So 1, we've got the iRig first version or HD2, which again, this is a little bit more, but highly recommended, both versions. I actually like the HD2 because it has an audio volume and you can plug your headphones in. The second option is going to be the dual lapel mic. So you can have 2 people on camera. This has a splitter built in. The third option is the single lapel mic. And that, my friends, may require a TR to TRRS adapter. That's right here. And I would also encourage you to get the $20 Rode extender cables. Okay, so that gives you 20 feet of freedom. And trust me, it helps make it more dynamic. The last couple here we talked about were your basic earbuds. We talked about the difference of the different types you have and really making sure that it has the audio option built in. You could do the mono mic if you want to have it in one ear and look very svelte. Or you can put both up, which is how I had today when I was on my broadcast interviewing Katrina, and plug it right in your computer. And then you can also go ahead and have your studio mic. So again, that's the one that you hold and it has the little block on it and it looks so cool. But again, that requires additional editing that I'm not recommending for live video. And then I have the Osmo here, which has audio built in. And then you have the wireless solution that I say is not a good fit for Facebook Live. Anybody overwhelmed? Anybody thinking, but that didn't answer any of my questions? You just told me what my options are. I'm glad you asked because I'm here to help you figure out what's right for your needs. So what you need to do is answer a couple of questions, 5 questions in particular. 1, are you an Android user? If you're an Android user, that's going to rule out the iRig. Now, you can also find a handheld mic and then that would plug into something, but you would probably, 99%, need to get the TR to TRRS adapter. So again, there are other handheld options like this. This is the one we recommend for Apple users. So if you're an Android user, I'm sorry, but if you're an Apple user, you should just get the iRig. This is going to be your most versatile piece of equipment. It runs about $130, worth every penny of it. All right, the next thing you have to ask yourself is, am I going to be the only person on camera? Why does that matter? Well, clearly, if you want either the single or the double, that would matter. Now, I'm all about having options. So I would highly encourage you to get the dual lapel mic, even if you're not going to be interviewing somebody every single time. But you want the option to be able to interview somebody because that's where you can really create your biggest bang for your buck. So I would encourage you to get the dual lapel mic if you're thinking you're going to have more than one person on camera, or of course, the iRig. All right, the next question is, are you streaming to Facebook? If you're streaming to Facebook, the only consideration that comes into play is you're not going to want a wireless. I have seen wireless mics work for YouTube Live, but at this point, I do not have one that recommends for Facebook. So I would encourage, if you're streaming to Facebook, make sure you're using either a lapel mic or the iRig. These are going to be your main go-tos, all right? And then the last thing is, are you streaming from your computer or are you going to be walking around? If you're streaming from your computer, you're probably going to need a TR to TRRS adapter so you can connect your lapels into your computer. Or just go ahead and use the basic monopod style. I think I'm going to coin that term. It's a monopod. It's like this, and I look ever so brilliant. Maybe I should have one of those, like, you know, those things like this, huh? What do you think? Anybody? No? Okay, maybe that's not required, but this is an option, and you want to clearly make sure the one at the side with the mic is the part you put in your ear. Okay, and then the last question you need to ask yourself, and this is what I ask myself every time I do a broadcast, is my iRig charged? If it's charged, it's golden. If it's not charged, it can cause a lot of technical problems, and especially starting out, you'll want to charge it overnight. And you want to charge it for several hours before you use it. So again, as you're using it here, you can see this is with the new HD2. There's actually the color green coming out, which means green is go, right? As it starts coming into being either too loud or low battery, that turns to orange, and blue is charging. So this one, the HD1, does not have those color codes. It just tells you blue when you're charging. So this is far superior. It's a couple bucks more, maybe 30 bucks, but I think the HD2 is by far superior. Okay, so those are the questions you need to ask yourself. And if you are going to be mobile, if you want to be out and about and maybe, you know, take somebody on your gratitude walk. I coach people on getting out and getting your blood pumping and showing, you know, your environment. Or maybe you want to interview the local, you know, coffee shop, or you're going to walk around with your favorite business coach, or whatever you're going to be doing. This is the granddaddy of live video. Okay, it's only about 179 bucks. It was on my Christmas list for like 3 years at 300. 179 seems much more affordable. So get that, and then the case is like another 30 bucks. Okay, so now that you've selected your audio option, you can go into setting up for your broadcast. This is as simple as 1, 2, 3. Once you've selected your audio option, then you just simply set up your camera angle. And on this case, I have a multi-camera angle, one right in front of me, and then the one we shot with on the side. For you, you just need a basic tripod and stabilize your phone, plug in your audio. That's it, okay? Then you go to your camera. Now, why would you go to your camera if I'm telling you to go live? Have you thought of it yet? I'm gonna wait. Okay, maybe I'm not. But the reality is you have to test your audio. Shame on me today. I was so caught up in conversation that 1, I was late, and 2, I didn't test my audio. So I'm grateful that it's working. This is a bad practice, especially on the audio broadcast. But 100% of the time, if not at least 9 out of 10, you need to go into your camera, plug in your audio, and just make sure that either your iRig is charged completely, or that lapel mic works with that phone, or that you don't have it, you know, too high up and it sounds really loud, and then your guest volume is really low because they have it pinned to the side or something. So just take that trial run, go to the camera and test your audio. Now, some of my favorite bloopers is my audio checks, because I usually go, I talk really loud, and then I talk really soft. So you should try both levels so that when you're on your broadcast, you'll know if you need to keep it within a certain range. And then lastly, you just go live with confidence because you know your audio is working. So this is for everybody. If you're a real estate agent, an entrepreneur, a Fortune 500, it doesn't matter. You need to get the right audio and start harnessing the power of live video, and specifically start interviewing. Yeah, I'm bringing the intensity. I want you to take action. That's why, because you don't actually need a ton of gadgets. And that's why, get ready for this. This is our last Tech Tuesday. Anybody sad? Anybody? Comment below. We'd love to hear it. But the reality is we're moving away from featuring all these gadgets because you don't need that many gadgets to be successful. So instead, what we're doing is we're focusing on live stream marketers and telling their journey. So I'm launching my video podcast of how to leverage live video, and it's called Go Live Marketer Presents, which is the live video journey. So how have people overcome their journey or their struggles, and how has it benefited their business? I've already done several interviews on top of this. I did one earlier today. I did one yesterday. So we're just going to replace the Tech Tuesday with those interviews. So if you want more techs and gadgets, if you have questions about it, comment below, send us a message, and I will personally make you a video and send it out. But we won't commit to the weekly schedule. If you want more tips on top of this, you want to know how to actually do this stuff, you want to actually go live with confidence, then stop making excuses and join us every Thursday for my How Do I Live Stream seminar. That's right. Live video mastery workshops every single week. And if you're in the San Diego area, come on down. This is a hands-on, in-person event. So right now we're being held at Emerald Plaza, but there is another location that will be announced soon and will allow us to host even more people. But right now it is limited to 5. So if you want to come for a Go Live workshop where you can see how we set up and apply this to your business, then comment below and I'll send you my complimentary VIP tickets. So thank you so much for the opportunity to be able to give you this knowledge, to give you these tips, to join me, and for every single comment. I thank you. I thank you. The future of video is live streaming, but the future of communication is video. So again, I'm going to leave you with this compelling statistic, but think about it. I really want you to think about it. The studies have shown coming into this new year, 2019, 80%, 4 out of 5 people who click on a link will be because they watched a video. Yeah. So if you're still making, images of 50% off or buy now or join me here, people are not going to listen. You have to do video, and live video gets 10 times the engagement as a pre-recorded video. So if you're not using live video, you're simply paying too much for your social media and you're not getting the results you deserve. So join me every week and I'm going to show you how to do this. So remember, go live and go live often.